Today I'm going to be showing you how I use the rhinestone cold cup keychain mold. You can do this without a syringe, but I find a syringe very handy. And you're going to need 25 milliliters of epoxy mixed up. I'm going to be mixing in succulent and a little bit of cabana. This little hole on the side of the mold is for the straw. The easiest way I have found to do this is suck up a little bit in your syringe and then stick the whole skinny part of the syringe down in the hole of the straw and then push that epoxy in until it's overflowing. If you don't have a syringe, you can do this with just adding a little bit at a time and then stirring it with a toothpick. But this way is the best to ensure no bubbles. Now we're going to take the rest of the epoxy and we're going to fill the cup part of the mold. When you are filling mold, you want to make sure that it's to the brim and not overflowing, as it just adds extra steps at the end when you have to do too much sanding. If your straw was overfilled, just take and wipe off the excess. You're going to wait about 10 minutes until your bubbles rise to the top, and then you're going to take your heat gun really quickly and just pop those bubbles. Once your epoxy has cured, you're just going to gently separate the sides of your mold from the top. And then I like to push on the bottom of the mold until it just kind of pops right out, and then I can grab it. Now for the straw part, you can do the exact same thing. You're just going to kind of separate it from the sides and push the silicone down, as you can't pop this one out of the bottom. I can use my fingernails most of the time, but right here I'm just using some needle nose pliers to grab the straw right out, and then you'll have a perfect little straw. Now on the lid of your cup, once it's removed from the mold, you'll have a little bit of a rough edge. We're not going to take that down all the way. We're just going to smooth it out a little bit. I just like to turn it upside down and rub it on some sandpaper. When you take it out of the mold, it will kind of have a dull finish to it. So with some UV resin, we're just going to shine that back up. We're just going to take a little bit with a gloved hand. I just like to just squish it around, and it just needs to be a teeny tiny bit. If you add too much, it will make the rhinestone look disappear. And then we're going to place it under our light and cure it. There is a place for a decal on this mold. I just forgot to record myself doing that part. All I did was find a cute coffee image on Etsy. Did print and cut on my silhouette. I believe I cut them a little bit smaller than a ½ inch. Applied that to the little cup and then sealed again with UV resin. Now you're going to do what I did and go raid your husband's toolbox and find a drill bit that is slightly bigger than the straw. No, I don't know what size it is. I just kind of measured it with my hands. And you're going to take and just drill a teeny tiny hole right in the center of your cup. Now grab your little straw and just stick it right in the hole we made with the drill. Now to secure that in, we're going to take and kind of dome the top of our lid here with some UV resin and place that under the light. Now I went and found the smallest drill bit I could find, and if you look really closely in the back of this mold, there is a little indent that kind of looks like it's a flaw, but it's actually supposed to be there. That is telling you where the hole needs to be drilled, and we're just going to drill the hole up through that little indent, up through a little bit of the top of the lid at an angle. Now I'm going to take a heavy-duty jump ring. They're a little bit thicker and sturdier. I think I got these on Amazon, and it's about a 1/2 inch. We're just going to pull that up and through the hole we created with the drill. And then when you're going to close your jump rings, instead of pushing them or pulling them, you twist them side to side. So we're going to twist that back closed. Now I'm going to add the chain for my keychain and doing the exact same thing. We're just going to twist the jump ring open, slide the chain on, and twist it closed. Now I like to add a couple bubble beads and a tassel to my keychains. If when you go to place the bubble bead on and it comes through this pin, like jewelry pin thing, you're going to want to add a seed bead right to the bottom and then the bubble bead, and it will help it from falling off in the future. And then you're just going to take and bend that wire to the side, leaving a little bit over 1/4 inch, taking your rounded needle nose pliers, take the top and bend it back to make a little loop like this so you can attach it to a jump ring. Now add a jump ring to your tassel and your beads, and we're going to attach them to the chain here by leaving the jump ring open to slide it through one of those loops and then twisting them closed. Now our adorable little rhinestone cold cup is all finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you join my Facebook group for more tips and tricks.